What if I told you if you wanted to smoke some ribs or some chicken or some brisket, you could do it from the comfort of your kitchen? GE has jumped into the smoker game. And this isn't just any smoker. It's a game-changing device for all barbecue enthusiasts. It's a smart indoor smoker. That's right, I said indoor smoker. This is one of those kind of things that just kind of came out of nowhere for me. I'm just scrolling Facebook one evening and bam, this thing ends up on my feed. Now, typically I don't click into things that look like gimmicks, and who's ever heard of an indoor smoker? But it piqued my interest just enough and I went ahead and clicked on it. And I started looking for more information, but I couldn't find a whole lot. The only place I could find actual information was on GE's website and on Best Buy, because that was the only place at the time that I could find where you could purchase this thing. I was a little reserved about it. This could definitely be a lot of money wasted. I mean, how can you have a smoker that goes indoors? It doesn't make any sense, right? If this thing works, it will be revolutionary. How many times have you wanted to go out and cook on the grill, but you get to the back door and you see that it's raining, snowing, 20 degrees outside. It's not always a great environment outside to be cooking, and that's typically where you have to do your cooking when you want to use a smoker. But maybe GE was able to change that, so I went ahead, ordered it, and I gotta say, when I was unboxing it, I was pretty impressed. Everything seemed to be fairly high grade and made with quality. The instructions were simple. It went together very easy. You snap a rack on the left, you snap a rack on the right, and then your shelves go in the middle. I went ahead and put a piece of tinfoil over the drip tray to try to keep it clean. Then to pull out on the bottom right is where your water goes. However, it's also where the ash goes, so more on that later. I went ahead and plugged it in, got it up and running, got the app downloaded, got them connected, and everything went together seamlessly. The pellet chamber is fairly small, and that concerned me because I know how many pellets my other pellet smokers use, and it's way, way, way more than this, but I figured let's see how it goes. The first thing you have to do when you first start using this thing is you have to prime the pellets. And so you go to the settings, it'll tell you to prime the pellets, and basically it's just the auger running to move pellets into the cooking chamber. Once you do that, it gives you a reminder to put water in the tray on the bottom right. And I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and do some chicken. There's no better way to start out a seasoning or a first smoke than with some chicken. So I put some chicken thighs and some chicken wings inside. It had a setting just for chicken, put us at 300 degrees, which is perfect in my opinion. I set the time, set it for a little longer than normal, just so I could make sure that it didn't cut off and that I was gonna get the best results possible. You could set the smoke level from 1 to 5. I went ahead and set it on a 5 because I wanna see what this thing's made of. I gotta tell you, after this thing had been cooking this chicken for a while, I kept looking inside and, had the light on, and I was starting to be very impressed. The chicken looked amazing, but it's chicken. So it's all about that bite, is that skin bite through? Is it a little crispy? Is it a great smoked wing? Well, we're gonna find out. As I was getting close to the end of this cook, the pellet hopper was getting close to empty, but again, it didn't hold very much to start with. When these wings got up to 190 degrees, I went ahead and took them off, let them rest, and then it was time to see what these wings were made of. They pulled right apart. I mean, just as tender and juicy as you can possibly imagine. I gotta tell you, I was very impressed with the smokiness this chicken had. Thighs had a bite through skin, and I was really impressed with the flavor. But let's take a look at the cleanup after this first cook. These racks went through the dishwasher and they came out perfect. But inside the smoker, outside of the drip tray, which we had covered with foil, well, it didn't come as clean as I was hoping it would. And I wiped it out as soon as I was done cooking and then went back with some cleaner afterwards. And it wasn't the best, and I was afraid of this. This is one cook. Anyway, it was time to move on to the next cook, and we're gonna go ahead and use some of my favorite seasonings on a whole bird. That's right, we're gonna take it up a level. We're gonna see how this smoker does with both light meat and dark meat. So I seasoned my chicken up, I got it into the indoor smoker, and this time I'm gonna use the food probe. The food probe plugs in right at the top and has a short cable, and you just stick the probe into the meat. And I'm gonna be double checking this with my thermopin to see how accurate it is. And after the first couple of probes, my thermopin was matching what the smoker said on the LCD screen, so it appears to be fairly accurate, at least in the beginning. Sometimes I find these probes, they're accurate to start and then not so accurate after you've been using them for a bit. The results of this chicken, I gotta tell you, I was incredibly impressed again. It had a nice light smoky color. The juiciness was something comparable to like a rotisserie chicken at your grocery store. Incredible. Smoky flavor not quite as pronounced on the whole bird as it was on the wings and the thighs, but still good nonetheless. Brings me to my first complaint with this, and really my only complaint with this smoker, and that's because they used the water pan as the ash dump for the pellets. It's just a little messy and a little nasty because you got to drain the water out of the pellets in order to discard the pellets. So looking at a way to improve that would definitely be in GE's best interest. Did some beef ribs right after this because I wanted to see how this smoker did with beef, which is my favorite meat. And I got to tell you, again, did a really good job. Nice smoky flavor, and it's obviously a pellet flavor, and pellet flavors have, you know, a lighter smoke content than say a charcoal grill or a stick burner. But for the amount of pellets it used, I was really impressed with the smoky flavor. I can't wait to try a couple of cooks where I'm comparing the exact same cut of meat on the indoor smoker versus say an outdoor smoker like on my Traeger or my Rectech. So stay tuned for that. Those are coming. I've already got plans in place. And that's it. I just wanted to introduce you to a new toy that I have in the backyard, or in this case, in the kitchen. I'm extremely excited to bring you some more content with this. Have you ever heard of this product or anything similar? Tell us down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching. Please share the video with someone who may be interested in getting an indoor smoker, because so far, I can definitely stand behind this thing. But we'll see what the future holds. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to talk to you on the next video.